Hey, good Friday evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, today is a rainy Friday here in Shreveport, September 7, 2018. And in this video here, we're gonna start something every Friday around about this time, 7 o'clock p.m. here, Central Standard Time. What we're doing is basically getting a rundown of some of the things that we think you should be asking questions about here locally in Shreveport, state of Louisiana, nationally and internationally. Now we know that there's a lot of things that's been happening nationally, but on the national level, when you hear the mainstream news put out a story, they're basically using propaganda. They're telling you an issue that's actually going on, but you have to ask questions, like with the situation here nationally with Colin Kaepernick. Why is Donald Trump going back and forth with sports stars when he's really the president of the United States? He has more serious issues when you think like what's going on in Syria. So we asked the question nationally, why all of a sudden now, I know Nike did a brilliant marketing campaign. They brought Colin Kaepernick out right before the NFL season started. The NFL can't do nothing about it because they're under contract. But what was really the reason for it? You know, we got a lot of black people running around here championing the fact, but in the end, only people that you really gonna see make a lot of money is Nike and Colin Kaepernick. We still gonna be running around here talking about hands up, don't shoot, Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Only thing different is we're gonna be wearing brand new Nike tennis shoes. Because everybody talking about they want to go get these Nikes and all that. So that was a brilliant marketing campaign. And then too, Nike, they do have a pattern of standing behind a lot of the people who they sponsor. You know, Kobe Bryant, a couple other people. You know, so that's neither here nor there. But why are they pushing this issue? It's again to cover up what they're doing, what they're about to do in Syria, and what they're doing in Yemen. Now they're telling you that in Syria, if Russia and Syria go in there and help Syria clean their own country up of terrorists, it could be the greatest humanitarian disaster that we know. Well, that's a lie straight up, because what the United States is doing in Yemen using Saudi Arabia. Right now, man, you had over 100 some people to just be murdered. You got over 500,000 people dying from cholera that was weaponized, and then you got 10 million people on the brink of starvation because the United States and using Saudi Arabia is blocking them people from getting food, water, and medicine. So what are they really distracting you from nationally with the Colin Kaepernick, with this op-ed that New York Post or Times or whatever just put out, which I believe is nothing but psychological propaganda. This thing that they just did because they hate Trump. But all you Trump supporters, I mean, come on, this dude done lied to you on so many occasions because he's been corrupted himself. He had probably a few good ideas, but when he got the presidency, the deep state let him know just where he stand and what he could and could not do. So what they covering up for nationally, and the questions you be asking, why all of a sudden now Nike do this? Why all of a sudden New York Times? Why all of a sudden all these things come out now? I don't believe in coincidence. All these things are being put out to keep you from asking the right question, which is, what are they doing over there in Syria, Yemen, Libya? Well, everybody talking about the slave trade over in Libya. Well, this is what they covering up for, national. Now, here in America, we had something. Oh man, just I think this was last night, which would have been the 6th on a Wednesday, 2018 September. This police officer in Dallas was allegedly supposed to have just got off work. She went to where she lived, but she was trying to get in the wrong apartment. She walked into the wrong apartment and wound up killing a dude, man, in his apartment. Which leads us to ask, was she drunk? Was she high? Because you don't just forget where you live, man. This woman went into somebody else's house, man, and killed an innocent person, man. Now, we asked the question, did they know each other intimately in any kind of way? Or most important question that we asked, was she drunk? Let's get a toxicology report from her right now. They already brought her up on manslaughter charges, so even they know something was wrong. The police department knows something was wrong. But what happened here, man? How you just gonna walk into another person's house thinking that it was yours and then wind up killing that person when evidently he say, look, man, what you doing? You need to get up out of here. Hey, that's crazy. Ask the question, was she drunk? Was she under the influence? Also, you can ask the question, did they have some kind of, intimate knowledge? When I say intimate, I'm not talking about sexual, but did they really know each other real close? But if they lived in the same complex, how do you walk into somebody else's house and kill them thinking that it's yours? That's what's happening here nationally. Now, we're going to run down through this. We're going to try to keep this under 6-7 minutes. Last thing we want to talk about is here in Shreveport, on the Real News Behind News, we've been blessed to be able to interview a lot of the candidates that's running for office here. And of course, y'all know we the broke version of the news. Right now, we just operate with a basic cell phone camera, and it's not that quality. But God has blessed us. Somebody finna send us a camera that's gonna be off the chain. We interviewing all these candidates, giving you a chance really to ask us the question that you really want to ask these candidates. And if you keep following, a couple people and myself are going to try to put together our own particular forum. I think it might be too late in campaign season for that to kick off, but you can rest assured that sometime next week we're going to have Lee O. Savage. He's running for mayor. We hope to have Talafarah, who's running for mayor. We hope to have Carstensen, who's running for District C. And that's going to be enough for next week. But we're going to try to bring out every candidate that's running for a city in Shreveport, a seat in the city of Shreveport, or a seat in the parish of Caddo. So, hey, y'all, I always ask questions. Again, ask the question, what are they trying to cover up when they constantly pushing this narrative with Donald Trump, this investigation, the Colin Kaepernick situation with Nike, all the violence that's going on here with, mass shootings. What are they covering up for? And most times, it's really what they're doing overseas that they don't want you to know about here in America. So they seduce you and entertain you. Here locally, and just say, 'cause Dallas ain't that far from Shreveport. Hey, was that police officer on some kind of a mind-altering substance? Here in Shreveport, ask yourself the question, who's the best candidate for city council, your district, mayor of the city, Caddo Parish school board representative for your district? These are the questions you got to ask. Hey, I got to get out of here, man. Y'all be blessed.